Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Simsomniac, and it is currently 1:02 a.m. and I am playing The Sims 4 instead of sleeping. Got my coffee. It's decaf, don't worry. I don't drink fully caffeinated coffee at 1 in the morning. I may have clinical depression, but I am not a psychopath. So today we are looking at a build I made for my recent base game LP, and it's a base game house completely decorated with just a base game, which was a challenge for me because I never do that. Once I get the packs, I really don't go back to the base game. It's really not something I challenge myself to do often because I'm always like, well, I bought the packs, so I should probably use the packs so they weren't a waste of money. And let's be honest, sometimes the base game can be a little low-fat, sugar-free vanilla. Let's go ahead and jump in, shall we? Okay, so here we are at
I don't know who this man is.
Asphalt Abodes, and this is a lot that's in Newcrest, which is the completely blank world you get in the base game. I want to talk a little bit about my inspiration. So I drive past this house semi-regularly, and it's really cute. One of the things I like most about it is that no one lives in it yet. It's completely under construction, so it allows me to really kind of visualize what it's going to look like when it's finished. Is it my dream house? No. But do I look at it and think, man, I'd like to live there with my dog and Chris Evans? Yes. I live in Waco, which, if you know anything about this place, is the land of Baylor University and Branch Davidians, which, let me be clear, I align myself with neither. But what we're more commonly associated with these days, at least I hope, is Chip and Joanna Gaines, aka Fixer Upper, aka Magnolia, aka that. Again, I don't really dabble in the dark arts, but I am familiar with their style. This is something on the outside that looks a lot like something they would build, so it's completely understandable that this is the kind of house that's being built right now in Waco. Again, my dream house would probably be the complete opposite of this. It'd probably be something that looks a lot like that house. If you've seen The Proposal, his family's house, it's massive. You have to take a boat to get there because it's so secluded away from everyone else. And in my head, that sounds really great because I would want to live away from any and all humans on Earth. But then again, I remember that my mom is like my favorite person in the world, and I don't think I could do it. But in my, delusions, that house seems perfect for me. It's kind of concerning how many of my dreams and life goals hinge on me being unrealistically wealthy, yet here I am anyway. Only God can judge me. Or my therapist. Yeah. Shout out to my therapist. Haven't been in the sea for a while. You're probably not watching this, but now you may be able to tell that I'm talking really fast and I'm sweating just a bit. And let me assure you that that is not because someone has a gun to me right off camera. It is because I'm really kind of nervous. This is only my second video, and it's one I'm incredibly nervous about because it's a speed build, which means it's pretty much all on me. The attention is completely on me, and I have to make this entertaining without relying on a game to react to. I do kind of have this fear that I'm just gonna sit here and kind of be like, but I also know that I can be really talkative when I want to, and especially when it's not to people. I'm literally talking about everything and anything. I feel like my mouth is moving at the speed of this speed build, and I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. So I'm gonna take a sip of coffee, calm the hell down, and continue on. So as you can see, I kind of struggled with this house just in the sense of building it, because originally it was like massive, and I kind of wanted it to be small because I knew in my LP I was going to be the only person starting out. I wasn't going to build my family, at least not yet, and I wasn't going to build myself with a spouse, or I wasn't going to make myself have kids. It was just going to be me. I wanted it to be small, and then I built a McMansion, essentially, and then I had to fill it up with all this stuff. So originally it was like a medium wall height, and then that didn't look right with anything, so I changed it to a small wall height, and then all the doors had to match, and then there were so many rooms and I wasn't really sure what I was going for, and where I originally had the living room wasn't where I put the chimney on the outside, and I was trying to achieve a style that was me, but that was also available in the base game. If you're looking to represent yourself in the base game, there's about a 92% chance that you will not be able to because something will not be available. That's not just limited to Create a Sim, it's also in build and buy mode. So the build and buy mode is great for base game. If that's all you have available, you can absolutely build a great house if you are willing to put in the effort. I unfortunately cannot be bothered to put in that much effort. I do like to build, I love to build, it's very therapeutic for me. It's very nice to just sit and do nothing but build. But really impressive builds, really unique builds that are like never gonna be seen anywhere else are not really my style. I'm a very visual person, so reference images are almost always necessary. Reference images are I don't even know if this is gonna be a good video. Reference images are a necessity because I'm such a visual person. But because I don't actually live in the houses that I take pictures of from the internet or in my neighborhood or across town, I don't actually know what they look like on the inside. I just completely, and go crazy. And so that you end up with a massive living room and 3 bedrooms that you don't need. So no, this isn't my dream house, but the base game doesn't really offer the kind of things that I would want in my dream house necessarily. I do like a style that's very clean and very modern, but at the same time is very comfortable and homey, not something that's super cold. But I also have just enough of OCD to need everything to match like perfectly. And so white and black is really easy for me because it's a timeless color palette that'll never go out of style. I know it's really trendy right now, but I liked it before it was cool. So I love that the items that we got made by actual simmers are incredible. Those are some of the best base game items. That goes for the hair, that goes for the items. There are flowers that were included in the base game as part of that update. It's purple and white flowers. I think I put them on the dining table. And I'm currently in a relationship with Don Lothario in The Sims, but if those flowers made a move, my head could probably be turned. I am probably going to enter into a relationship with those flowers at some point because I love them so much. They end up in almost all of my builds. They go with so many things and I just love them. I just love them. There's the power that those flowers have. And that one hairstyle that came in the base game, you know the one. Chef's kiss. Best hairstyle in the game. I don't know a better hairstyle. I currently film in our living area, or living and dining area. So I would love to have an office. I would love to have room for a grand piano, even though it would probably scare me. Quite honestly, it would probably scare me. Intimidate me at the very least. This is so far removed from being a base game starter home. It's not a starter home in the slightest. The ending budget is $78,143. I like my Sims to have nice things, and maybe it's because I've never had a lot of money in real life. That could be it. It's probably because I have some past trauma with Webkins, because I had about 17 Webkins, and if you played Webkins at all, you know that it was tough to get money in that game. And so when times got, rough, I had to choose between which Webkins ate, which Webkins had, nice rooms. I did cry myself to sleep one night because I wasn't able to log on to my Webkinz account because I got in trouble at school. Maybe that's why I like to cheat in The Sims and always have money. I don't know. With the base game, don't hear me, the wrong way. There are tons of objects in the base game. Tons. Do I want to play with them? Not necessarily. At one point, as you can see, I have this, naked lady statue. That's pretty inconsistent with everything I know about myself. The wallpapers in the base game, I like the very basic, colored wall with trim. That's very common in houses around where I live. It's very common in most of my friends' houses. But I'm very partial to like an industrial, shabby chic style, which would lend itself to like a loft or an apartment. Well, in the base game, we don't have those. We just have houses. To kind of preview what I might do when we get to say like city living, I kind of put this bedroom in here that serves as the master. That's kind of like a hint, like a coming attractions, if you will, of something like that. It's got exposed brick, which I am a sleut for. I'm an absolute sleut for exposed brick. Again, full disclosure, I don't know how to plant anything. I probably would forget about plants if I had them. We kind of have a running gag in our house that our home is the final resting place for like plants and appliances and furniture because things just seem to die at our house. Kind of knock on wood for that one. Suddenly I'm aware that I am in the dark. Looking at the build in its entirety, as you can see, it's pretty nice, all things considered. And I have this extra room that I really, I kind of had to put another bedroom in the house because I really couldn't justify, again, with the base game, it's not like you have, oh, let's throw a bowling alley in there. Let's, put a home. I can't blame the base game for why I don't have a home gym in this house. But I'm going to, because deference is probably one of my favorite coping mechanisms. So, full disclosure, I am not an outdoors person. I don't really like outdoors, and I know a lot of people love big open backyards, and I just can't be bothered with backyards. Honestly, I never go in hours. Maybe this is probably the one thing that would get me out in my backyard is a pool. I do like to swim. I don't necessarily like to swim with other people, but I do like to swim. I love swimming. So a pool, in my dream house is an absolute necessity. All right guys, so I hope you enjoyed the build and I sincerely hope that you put it in your game. I'm currently in the process of trying to find a place for it in my personal save file. I'm only about 5 worlds in. I'm working on San Myshuno right now. Windenburg pretty much destroyed me as a person and took me over a year to do. So I'm not that far into it, but I'm trying to find a place for it. And it's hard because I've already used Willow Creek and Newcrest and probably have to go to Brindleton Bay. That's my type of place. So once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this speed build. I'm really nervous because it's my first one. I'm no Joanna Gaines. It probably doesn't look, like anything that anyone would want to live in, but to me, it looks like home, and for the rest of my LP, or at least the rest of my base game LP, this is the place that I will be living in The Sims. And I hope to catch you in the next video, but for now, I'm gonna go to bed.